I have officially been summoned. I've heard the call, felt the need after videos and videos and videos of watching Radiohead perform. Today's that day where we continue the Radiohead journey. We are going to listen to the B-sides of In Rainbows today. So we're going to party today. Well, we're going to have our kind of party today, I guess. Some might say it might not be a party. To me, it's a party. And an exciting one. Without further ado, we will get straight into this because it has been 7 months since we reacted to In Rainbows. So I've made you guys wait long enough. It's the fall time now. I'm really in the headspace for this, and I'm excited to listen to it. The first track of In Rainbows Disc 2 is MK1. So the thing about this immediately is that I never want it to end. Like, I can't believe there's going to be a point in my life where there's no new Radiohead albums to listen to. And who knows? I mean, we thought that they would never tour again. Now, tour, I say that word lightly, I guess, because they're only doing a select amount of shows. But you never know. You never know what they've got in their back pocket. And that's something that stands the test of time with this band. But yeah, I wish that I could experience that for the rest of my life. Like the newness of it. Because even just that almost instrumental track, obviously Tom is doing vocals on it a bit, but very in an instrumental way. It's just really encapsulating. It's like a minute song, but I don't know, it's so refreshing to hear something that sounds new to the brain. And I'm not going to go on a tangent again because I do this tangent every single video as to why this makes Radiohead really good. But again, like I said, after 7 months, it's wonderful to put this album on. Like already. It's already good. So the next song is Down is the New Up. Okay, couple standouts there for me. Number one, my strings are back. Big highlight for me always. Number two, the depth and the darkness of that track was really great. It was so atmospheric. Not that their other music isn't, but it just set a tone. I was envisioning a dark town the entire time, which makes sense ish. I haven't had a chance to really go through these lyrics, but it is interesting how he references Topsy Turvy Town. Like he's referencing a town in this. I'm not exactly sure if anyone knows the inspiration for this song and the intentions with it, but I was really in my head envisioning walking through a dark town, being like super drunk in the middle of the night. And I can't give you a reason as to why, but that's what I was seeing. Number three, if anyone knows what they used to make that noise at, okay, it was about at 4:24. I just really need to nerd out. I really need to know if there's ever been a trace of someone saying what they used to make that noise, or if anyone has a very good prediction, if you know music very well and instruments very well, or maybe it was digitally made. I don't even know, but that was crazy and I would love to know. Last thing that I need to say, is there anyone who has ever rapped over a Radiohead song? And now this may be even a stupider question, but has anyone sampled Radiohead and rapped over that? Because the beginning of this song, like, I need someone to rap over that. I mean, it would just be incredible. Like, the moodiness is there. You could do the coolest verse on this song. Like, I swear, it would be so cool. And I can't do it. So, I need to know, has it been done? And if you're watching this and you rap, then you should do it. Or someone should do this. Someone should take this and do it, because it would genuinely just be very cool. I'm in the midst of writing a podcast episode on storytelling in hip hop, so it's kind of in the forefront of my mind. I've been listening to a lot of early hip hop and formative hip hop and just looking at samples like quite a lot. So that might be why it made me think about that, but regardless of the fact why, doesn't change that it would be great, and that someone can take that idea. I'll give you permission. If it hasn't been done, I don't even need the credit. Go ahead and do it. Anyways, the next song is Go Slowly, which I've seen from some people say is so good that it should be on the original In Rainbows album. Well, not original, but disc 1. And it feels slightly familiar, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I completely understand why people would say that's a great song and good enough to be on disc one. I think what makes that song stand out on its own is the contrast between the sounds. I got really caught up in the beginning, as you usually do, when it's just his vocals and especially the high range in his voice. It's very like haunting isn't the right word because it's beautiful. And I know you can say like haunting in a beautiful way, but I don't know if I can find the right word to describe that sound he's able to make with his voice. But I say contrast because when the acoustic guitar comes in, the sound placement is so different. Like it immediately rips you out of being in your head and switches your focus to that guitar. And even though it's an acoustic sound and it's much lighter than a heavy guitar, it's played in a heavy way. Like the sound still feels a little bit heavy. And it's just interesting the way that, especially listening to the music in big headphones that are designed to, uh, I don't know, transport sound properly. I don't know the right terminology, but just a nice pair of headphones, how you can feel that shift in your body. Like your mind, I could almost feel my mind processing the switch from, oh, I'm way up here to, oh, all of a sudden I hear it like directly in my face instead of my head. And that sounds like a crazy thing to say, but I just appreciate like the mechanics of it, I guess. It's quite interesting. And you know that with a band that has as much success as Radiohead, and put aside the visual success, just what they've accomplished together as a group, you know that all of these decisions are purposeful. And that makes you appreciate it that much more and appreciate the listening experience. And I think that's what makes listening to Radiohead different from other experiences is that you can tell how much thought has gone into every piece of work and how much they've refined it before it's gone out. It's just very impressive to listen to. The next song is MK2. Jump scared by Last Flowers there quickly. Another thing I'd be interested to know, obviously, I can do my own research and do this afterwards, but I know that these videos provide like a really good conversation for people that have loved these albums for so long and who know so much about them. And obviously, I listen to these albums for the sake of myself, but I film them for the sake of other people because it's fun to talk about your favorite music and it's fun to watch people love your favorite music. So that's why I open up the discussion quite a lot in the videos and try to actually reflect on the music. So, anyways, like I said, I can look this up myself and I probably still will. But is there any reference, not reference, but reasoning behind MK1 and MK2? Like, does MK stand for something? And is MK2 maybe the splitting track? Like, are we getting into a different, I can't even say style of music because every song is so different from each other, but I just wonder, is MK2 meaningful for a change in this album, in the sound that we're going to hear? That's my question. Um, And then again, does it have reference to MK1 and all that jazz? Okay. The next song is Last Flowers.
Appliances are gone berserk, and I can face the evening straight. You can offer me escape. Houses move and houses speak. If you take me there, you'll get relief.
You know, that one is definitely my favorite one so far. And that's because lyrically, it's the one that has kind of hit home a little bit more. Um, I read a little bit of the lyrics before I got into this, and sorry, I got really distracted by the about section on genius.com just because I wanted to read a little bit about that song. But what was going through my head when I read these first lyrics before I heard Tom sing them was appliances have gone berserk. I cannot keep up. And I kind of really got stuck there in my mind just about the way that technology is developing because it's been something that really makes me uncomfortable and it's really hard for me to think about just because a lot of these things I don't see them going somewhere good. And it's a lot to elaborate on, but I think mostly just my point is that with the pace of technology developing, you feel very powerless to it. And I think aside from the fact that so many things are changing, one of the parts that makes it so hard is that these things are not in our control. So whether we like them or not, it's kind of like you control what you can and you participate or you don't. And that's kind of your choice, but there's like at least 7 billion, maybe more other people on earth that also make that choice themselves and they might want to make a different choice. So what I'm trying to say, I guess, is that it just causes me a lot of anxiety. And I find it interesting when you look at the concepts and topics that Radiohead has always sung about, and it's always been society and mental health and the development of technology. I wouldn't say strictly technology, but the ways in which the world are changing around them and how they feel about that. And yes, our society has always evolved and technology has always changed, but it hasn't changed as fast as it has the last 20 years. And I can't comment a ton on those early 20 years because I was a child, but especially like the past 2 years. Like, this is not the channel for this, and we're not going to get into all the AI stuff because I don't even know all of it, but just it's interesting how relevant this still is today. It's even more relevant than when they wrote it, and I think that's something that really sets them apart too, is that because they were kind of talking about ways in which technology might not be beneficial to us in the early days, and they were evaluating what that does to society and commenting on it. And I think that's probably partly why this music still today, I know this is not as old as some of their other work, it's 2007, but still, I mean, geez, that's like almost 2 years from now. It'll be 20 years ago, which is insane. Okay, I'm getting a little bit rambly. My point is that I feel like aside from their music and obviously their gifts in musicianship, the fact that they wrote about things that are to this day still relevant is a reason that their music really holds up. And whether or not that's the point of this song, probably not, because I did read the blurb and it's not really about technology. But that is the sense that I take from it. It's too much, it's too bright, it's too powerful. That's how I feel. Boil down my anxiety, that's exactly how I feel about it. The next song is Up on the Ladder.
I'm stuck in the TARDIS, trapped in hyperspace. 1 minute, snake charming. The next day, a motorcade.
Okay, I love the bass line in that. Another part that kind of goes back to what I was saying about his vocals, and then it's switching to the acoustic guitar, and you're getting that like physical visualization in your head. This one, with the pace of it, I'm gonna do my best impression of it, okay? Boom, 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 boom. Hey, nobody said you were watching this channel for my impressions. I'll put a clip of it in, what I mean. So that pacing, as soon as he says the words, I've been climbing up this ladder, you can almost feel yourself, like I'm envisioning in my head someone going boom, 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 boom. And that's the cool part about this song, is that if I remember correctly, that started almost immediately. It was quite early in the song. And we go through the first two verses with no mention of a ladder, even though it's the title of the song. And then verse 3, we get that I've been climbing up this ladder. And key words, I've been doing this. It's just interesting because it ties back to this showing of someone in a cycle and tirelessly doing this, like, not to bring up the freaking philosophy thing. Love the way I said that. That was so smart sounding. Especially when I can't even remember it. Remember it. Okay, it was Sisyphus. Sisyphus? Basically the action of like rolling a ball up a hill, right? Constantly doing it. That's that same sense of constantly climbing up this ladder. And I just think that's a very good use of sound to back up your words, or vice versa. A very good use of words to back up your sound. And it's something really, really special that makes music so fun, is when an artist really, really cares about what they're doing, to have something like that. It gives the listener, like, it's not just music, it's an activity for the listener. And that's why I love it so much. Honestly, that is really the reason. Next song is Bangers and Mash. I do know this song. So that's the one song that I know. Okay, guys. I'm sorry. I know it. Okay, my question about that song is, was it written in the time that they were writing In Rainbows? Because I know that a few of these songs, or at least one of them, I read, it was actually from a longer time ago, I believe, said in the OK Computer writing stages, just because it feels so much more playful than the other tracks on this so far. Like, and I don't mean that in any bad sense. I just mean in a sense that I think you even got a point where they were like laughing, like chuckling in the background, which I feel like is something I've never heard them do before. It just really it feels like they just laid this down and were like, and that's that. And they did it quite quickly. With that, we get to the final song, 4-minute warning. Let me guess, is it going to be 4 minutes long? Oh, it's a little bit over 4 minutes long. I guess they didn't want to write like 4 minutes and 5-second minute warning. They could have, though. That would have been funny. Lastly, before I move on, is this going to make me anxious? Question for the audience. Because it's a warning. We'll see. We'll see.
This is just a nightmare. Soon I'm gonna wake up. Someone's gonna bring me round. Running from the bombers.
All right. Did that cause me anxiety? Just a little bit. Did it also provide me catharsis? Yes. So, I guess that goes hand in hand a little bit. But once again, like going back to Last Flowers, lyrically, both those songs kind of hit that same place. Obviously, when you're in the depths of anxiety with anything, this is how it feels. This is just a nightmare. Soon I'm gonna wake up. I think that's a pretty normal way to describe how you would feel and how you'd hope things are going to change. It's only a phase in your life. To be honest, I find it quite difficult to end this in a positive note. I feel like this just put me like way too much in my head, in my thoughts. But I guess a positive note is that this music exists and it gives you a place to feel through some of the things that are giving you anxiety. And aside from just the music, it also provides you an entire community that feels those same things. And that's a really big positive to it. Community is probably our biggest antidote to a lot of the things that we're facing in this world. So, with that, please comment your favorite songs from this, maybe your favorite lyrics from this, experiences with the album. If you're one of the lucky ones who got to be at one of these recent shows, please tell me about your experience. I'm sure a lot of you watching have seen them in the past too, so you're welcome to comment on those experiences too. I'm hoping that at one point in my life it works out for me to see them, and that will be like the last like really big artist that I have to see. I have taken a 26-minute album and recorded for over an hour. So, with that, this will be the end of the video. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for feeling all the difficult things alongside of me. And let's let music bring us together. And don't forget to grow up slowly.